Wow, the collection of tales told in the Animatrix are actually really, really wicked. Hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel Lifestyle Critic. I hope you're having a brilliant day. So in this video we are going to be looking at the Animatrix, where we have 9 brand new stories being told in this Japanese anime style collection of tales that really expand upon the world of the Matrix. And I believe the reason that they went to a Japanese anime developer is that Ghost in the Shell, which was an animated film, really inspired the Matrix and was a really strong influence for the Matrix as well. So it is really nice that they've actually gone back to their roots, so to speak, to kind of expand upon all of these tales. So let's go through them one by one. So first up, I absolutely loved the one where you get to see how and why the machines kind of took over. And actually, it was man's defiance and rejection of the machines that ultimately led to their uprising and takeover and eventual overthrowing as well. And I feel like this is just so pioneering and so inspiring. And since this was told, you have just seen so many countless examples of other science fiction movies just adapting this analogy in terms of AI really taking over and really overthrowing and really threatening man's existence. So I just feel like this tale in particular, out of all of them, was absolutely wicked. I absolutely loved the other one where you got to see a bit of a racer who had super exceptional abilities waking up from the Matrix pod as he had such incredible skills and was able to reach such a peak level that he was able to break through into the real reality of where he actually is. So I just feel like this was a really interesting concept in terms of people that are plugged into the Matrix are able to wake themselves up to the truth, as this character did, and all of the machines are then running after this character to kind of bring him back and to pull him back into this virtual simulation. So I just feel like metaphorically, this storyline was really, really interesting. Also, the kid hacker who is realizing and waking up to the truth as well, and then seeing him at the end of the episode even speaking to Trinity and to Neo, I thought was a really, really nice touch. And it's really, really cool actually to also see a bit of a younger perspective, as I feel like this could have been a really interesting Matrix spin-off in and of itself, a brand new batch of younger characters that are kind of being the rebels of the future. I wonder if this really will be expanded into live action space one day as well. I also love the storyline of a detective being hired to try to find the Trinity character, and then Trinity is always one step ahead of this character and actually finds a bug inside of him and then wakes him up to the truth. And then what happens to the detective by the end of that particular episode I thought was so sad. And it was actually really, really nice to see a bit of a crossover happening again between the animation and the live action, and also to see a bit of a younger side of the Trinity character pre all of the events that took place in the Matrix. It would be really interesting and really cool as well actually to one day really push this even further, to see how Morpheus actually saved the Trinity character one day. I feel like that storyline would be absolutely wicked. I also thought it was really nice to kind of see a bit of a glitch in the Matrix again, where a young group of characters are finding really cool abilities to be able to float and to be able to use all of these glitches and just exploit it to have a lot of fun. I thought that was really, really cool and really, really true to what would happen if kids are actually finding this. Another tale that I thought was really, really cool was when you see 2 lovers in this Matrix simulation battle scenario, where they're kind of battling each other, and then one of them is actually saying to the other one that they really regret taking the red pill and want to be plugged back into the Matrix, and is really putting this really interesting dilemma onto this other person. And I love the conflict that you then see, really, really pressured conflict and really emotionally invested conflict as well between these 2 different characters. And then it's revealed that actually this was a whole twist, and actually it was just part of the training program to see if this person is going to be able to survive all of these mental psychological tortures taking place, which really does show how raw, twisted and brutal being a rebel against the Matrix really is for all of these different characters. Speaking of rebels, I really like the one where they have a brand new invention where actually they are able to plug machines into it and then really turn all of the machines back to being good characters. And then when more machines come and then completely destroy all of the humans, that one final machine is left still being a good character. I wonder if all of the other machines are then going to convert this character back to being evil. But I just thought it was a really, really interesting complete flip and complete perspective shift as well. And then the final human being left with this good machine, whether or not they actually want that to be the case for them. And once again, I thought this was pure Matrix, as it really was asking for really interesting philosophical questions. And then the final one is of course the Osiris Battle, which is even referenced in the live action movies, and then you get to see the final message from this Osiris team to the Zion guys, warning them of this impending doom coming their way from the machines. So I thought, again, this really nicely linked back into the live action movies. So I feel like, you know, the suite of tales being told through the Animatrix was really, really cool, and I feel like it expanded upon the lore and the world and the universe really, really well. And also, even though the Wachowskis were overseeing all of them, actually they had some new perspectives as different people were creating and directing all of the different episodes. So it was really nice and fresh to see a brand new perspective from a writing and directing point of view as well. So, you know, I really, really enjoyed all of these little tales. I feel like they asked the audience some really interesting questions whilst building up the universe really, really well. That being said, I do still prefer all of the live action movies compared to the Animatrix, but I do feel like it is able to stand on its own 2 feet as well. And so for all of those reasons, I'm going to give it a solid 6.5 out of 10. Now I'd love to hear from you, so please let me know what you thought of the Animatrix in the comment section below. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you in my next video.